was going to go over there and do it, and I was chastised not to.
9 o'clock. Good morning, and welcome to the Marshall County Board of Supervisors as we're meeting in regular session on the 14th of July, 2015 at 9 a.m. in the courthouse meeting room 2, northeast corner, 3rd floor, with all 3 members present. Please join me and rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, thank you. Just a notice to the public, the Board of Supervisors welcomes comments from the public during the time allowed for discussion. You're requested to approach the microphone, state your name for the record, and limit the time used to present your remarks in order that others may be given the opportunity to speak. The normal process on any agenda item is for the chairperson to read the item from the agenda. The board is given an opportunity to comment on the issue and or place a motion on the floor. An opportunity for discussion may be presented, at which time the public may participate, and a roll call vote will follow. First item, approval or amendment of the agenda that has been presented.
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the agenda as printed.
I will second that.
And a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Gravenbauer.
Yes.
Thompson.
Yes.
Patton.
Yes.
Moving on to the consent agenda. First item, approve the minutes from regular session of June 30, 2015. Item number 3 is the file clerk and district court report from 6/15. This is general supplemental fund 10% surcharge for $1,300. Item number 4, the accept recorder's quarterly report from 6/15. Records management fund of $1,516. The second item, e-commerce fund, $1,516, and general basic fund of $51,597.82. Item number 5 is annual publication of salaries in accordance with section 349.18 Code of Iowa, the salary listing for the fiscal year of 2014-2015. And you can pick up these if you're watching on the internet. You can or on your laptop, you can pick these up, look at them. This is a complete rundown of everybody's total wages for the 2014-2015 year. Moving on to item number 6, Manure Management Plan Update, PLA LLC, PLA site ID number 63758 has made no changes to their manure management plan. The manure management plan update has been received and placed on file. Item number 7, approve the claims as audited and authorize the county auditor and recorder to issue payment of same. The listings of claims paid at this meeting will be included with all claims paid for the month of July. The July list of claims will be part of the first meeting in August. That is your consent agenda. I would entertain a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I motion that we approve the consent agenda as printed above.
I second it.
I've got a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Gravenbauer.
Yes.
Thompson.
Yes.
Patton.
Yes.
Moving on to item number 8, approve personnel actions. First one, change of status and change rate of pay for Lucas Badke. Buildings and Grounds Department, full-time change of status from mechanic number 2 to Buildings and Grounds Director. Change the rate from $14.54 an hour to $45,000 yearly, effective August 1, 2015. I would entertain a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I would move to approve the personnel action.
I will second that.
We got a motion and a second. Any discussion? I guess I'm just going to lead off and welcome Lucas to the directorship team. We've had a lot of last couple of years has been interesting. We'll just leave it at that, and we're looking to. I guess I'm excited about moving somebody up internally up into that position. I think it's a great deal for Lucas and for us that we was able to hire somebody and go from mechanic number 2 to Buildings and Grounds Director. So, any other discussion?
Nope, other than the fact that, Lucas, it's been a pleasure watching you grow. I've known you since you were a very young boy.
Tell him how old he is. I mean,
No, I'm not going to tell anybody how old I am either.
Okay.
It's also been fun to watch you from when you first came on with us in Buildings and Grounds to where you're at today, and we had 17 different applicants for this position, and you were in the top slot. Congratulations.
I think we're all 3 of us are looking forward to working with you, so. All right, no other discussion, roll call, please.
Ravenbauer.
Yes,
Thompson.
Yes.
Patton.
Yes.
unanimous, congratulations, but now, you got anything you need to get to work or anything, or?
I think the first thing he wants is that clock.
Yeah, would you please fix the clock?
Okay.
Okay.
All right, approved personnel action number 2 is, we got the right guy, didn't we? Huh?
Yep.
Hire Lindsay Karsten, County Attorney's Office, full-time administrative assistant with a rate of pay of $15.40 per hour, effective July 14, 2015. I would entertain a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I motion that we approve this personnel action to hire Lindsay Karsten in the County Attorney's Office, full-time at $15.40 an hour, effective July 14th, 2015.
Mr. Chairman, I'd second it.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion?
Just would like to discuss this for a brief moment. She's being brought in to do scanning in our area. That's going to vastly improve getting some of the records done and some of the things cleaned up in our county attorney's office. This has been a cooperative effort between the board and the attorney's office. There's been give and take, and it's been a pleasurable ride, and we hope this works out real good in getting some of the records scanned and documents taken care of.
This position actually is being paid by or supplemented by the
Indirectly, yes.
indirectly, so it's not really coming out of the fund, but other than the fact this is money that has been raised through fines that have been paid through the attorney's office.
Well,
what we're doing
in
there.
certain ways, there's only certain things we can do
Yeah,
with that money.
yeah.
Yep.
And so it's kind of a win-win for everybody.
Yep.
Any other discussion?
Nope.
Roll call, please.
Ravenbauer.
Yes.
Thompson.
Yes.
Patton.
Yes.
Item number 9, Resolution 2015-0037, the 2014 Business Property Tax Credit Disallowances. Resolution 2015-0037, whereas pursuant to Iowa Code 426C.6, parentheses 1, the Marshall County Board of Supervisors has received the additional business property tax credit from the county auditor for the 2014 taxes payable 2015-16. Disallowances from the 1/3/15 Board of Supervisors meeting did not include all of the disallowances for the property tax credit. This credit has been has a deadline of March 15th of that year. I don't know, anything you'd like to add on this, Deanne?
It's just, we did them in the January 13th meeting, had all the disallowances at one time. And since this is one of those odd ones, we just had a little catch up to do.
Okay.
It sounds like next year it's probably gonna be July 1st that they're gonna be putting
Okay.
it out even further, so we'll see how that works in our schedule.
Okay. Hearing that, I would entertain a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I'd move to adopt resolution 2015-0037, 2014 business property tax credit disallowances.
I will second that.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Ravenbauer.
Yes.
Thompson.
Yes.
Patton.
Yes.
All right, moving on to resolution item number 10 of 2015-0038. This is the third and final reading of proposed amendment number 15-01 and the adoption to Marshall County, Iowa ordinance number 16, local sales and service tax. And again, this is kind of a cleanup thing. I guess now, therefore, be it resolved by the Marshall County Board of Supervisors that this be considered the third and final reading of the proposed amendment, number 15-01, and adoption to the Marshall County Ordinance number 16, local sales and service tax. Again, this is just kind of cleaning things up from what we needed to be.
Yeah,
And if
just
you have
getting
anything else to add?
Just getting our ordinances up to date, so.
Okay. Again, this is the third and final reading. I would entertain a motion on this item.
Mr. Chairman, I motion that we adopt resolution number 2015-0038, the third and final reading of the proposed amendment number 15-01, and adoption to the Marshall County, Iowa ordinance number 16, local sales and service tax.
Mr. Chairman, I second that.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Ravenbauer.
Yes.
Thompson.
Yes.
Patton.
Yes.
All right, moving on to item number 12, rather. Oh, let's see, I got,
Number 11.
11.
okay. Number 11 is cash count from June 30, 2015. And again, this is just a list of everything that we've got for cash. And again, any explanation, any discussion on this?
Well, this comes from several different, like you have the treasurer, the sheriff, recorder and stuff. For my department, it's just cash on hand that came in that day and checks that came in on that certain day at the end of the day that wasn't deposited. So,
And this is all accounted by the treasurer's office, the sheriff's office, veteran affairs, and the recorder's office, June 30, 2015, the last day of our fiscal year.
the last day of the fiscal year.
All right. I would entertain a motion on this.
Mr. Chairman, I motion that we accept the results of the cash count conducted on Tuesday, June 30th, 2015.
Mr. Chairman, I'd second that.
We got a motion and a second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Ravenbauer.
Yes.
Thompson.
Yes.
Patton.
Yes.
Moving on now to item number 12, designation of applicant's authorized representative. This is Resolution 2015-0039. This is discussion and possible action to approve the state of Iowa's designation of applicants authorized representatives document for the purpose of obtaining financial assistance under the Robert D. Stafford Disaster Relief and Emergency Assistance Act, PL 93-288, as amended. The Iowa Code of Iowa, Chapter 29C.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we accept the resolution number 2015-0039, State of Iowa designation of applicants authorized representative.
Got a motion? Need a second?
I will second that.
And a motion and a second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Ravenbauer.
Yes.
Thompson.
Yes.
Patton.
Yes.
All right, moving on to item number 13, the Sheriff's Department extension to 28E agreement between Marshall County and the City of Liscum for law enforcement protection. This is a discussion and possible action on extension to a 28E agreement between Marshall County and the City of Liscum for law enforcement protection. Within the corporate limits of the City of Liscum, the agreement is effective July 1, 2015 through June 30, 2016. City of Liscum agrees to pay Marshall County the sum of $7,800. I would entertain a motion on this.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the extension to the agreement between the City of Liscum and Marshall County.
Mr. Chairman, I second this.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion?
Are we finally caught
You
up
know,
with all of these? No, it seems like this has
We
been dragging
did a whole
out.
bunch of these, and now they're dragging in one or so, but I think this has got to be the last one,
It
because
should be
We-
pretty close, yeah.
we
this
got
went
it.
into effect on July 1. So.
Yeah, we got to be getting close on this.
All right, roll call, please.
Ravenbauer.
Yes.
Thompson.
Yes.
Patton.
Yes.
All right, item number 14, Resolution 2015-0040, this interlocal agreement between the City of Marshalltown, Iowa, and the County of Marshalltown, Iowa. This is the 2015 Burn Justice Assistance Grant, JAG Program Award. And this is just kind of an agreement entered between the City of Marshall and acting through and its governing body, the Board of Supervisors, here referred to as county, and the City of Marshalltown acting by and through its governing body, the City Council here in after, referred to as city, both in Marshall County, State of Iowa witnesses. This is actually a continuation of a JAG grant that affects not only the Marshall County Sheriff's Department, but the Marshalltown City Police, and it's shared. $9,652 basically goes to each one of them. It's an $18,000 or $19,000 grant. It's been kind of a continuation, or is it? No.
This is an annual grant that we
Yes.
get from the federal government. In the past, it's been used both by the sheriff and the police to buy some equipment. I believe it's been used for tasers in the past and some other equipment for the officers and things that are used in our squad vehicles, not only on the county position, but the city. And it is an annual thing, and we split it.
Yep. Any other discussion? Well, I would entertain a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I would motion that we adopt resolution number 2015-004, interlocal agreement between the City of Marshalltown, Iowa and Marshall County, Iowa, 2015 Burn Justice Assistance Grant, also known as JAG Program Award, and authorize the chairman to sign. This agreement expires June 30th, 2016.
All right, we got a motion, need a second.
Mr. Chairman, I second this motion.
A motion and a second. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Gravenbauer.
Yes.
Thompson.
Yes.
Patton.
Yes.
All right, moving on to item number 15, that's our public forum. This is time set aside for the public to make comments on the topics of county business, other than those listed on this agenda. No action will be taken on any of these topics brought up in the public forum.
Jill, quick question. The disaster relief that we did this morning, does that have anything to do with anything that we get from FEMA?
That has to do with our mitigation.
Okay, just the mitigation.
And the only reason we need to do that resolution is I'm the only signer at this point, and we needed Marty Wymore to be able to sign things off as he does them, so that he's official.
We had a
Let's go with the
question.
mic on this. There. Make sure you're live.
We had a question this morning from a property owner, specifically asking the status of the bridge that we're working on between Marshall and Tama County that Paul is aware of, that 2 years ago, when we had 2 years and 1 month, that we had the significant flooding issue and we had the bridge failure, and it's still, FEMA has not agreed that that has been a catastrophe.
It said that they're not agreeing that it's eligible for funding.
Right. You know, we're still waiting on that. Is there, we're going a long time on a bridge.
Microphone.
Yeah.
You can.
I would say that the only positive, news that we've had is that they've said to go ahead with the phase 1 cultural, historical, archaeological, and we went ahead and had that investigation done, and that's usually, that's the first thing we'd have to do anyway if we were gonna progress with the project. So, but they have told us that it's not anything they're waiting on from us.
Okay.
And so, we talked with Diane Shaw at Homeland Security and tend to find out, who we're supposed to be talking with, because there's been 4 or 5 different people from FEMA that we've submitted stuff to, and they just kind of rotate out. And I think that's their general, I don't know how their cycle works.
Okay.
But
Speaking of bridges, as long as we got you up, are we up and running on all the other things that we closed with the last rainstorm?
no, we've got to do some repair on 170th between Hopkins and Gerhardt, and they were working on the one just south of Highway 30, but I'm not sure what the progress is on that.
And what about the road that's closed up at Liskin? We're getting,
Marble Road, the
Yeah.
work on those culverts is progressing really fast. Concrete work's completed. They're just working on the grading and backfill on the east box of the 2. The one on the west is got rock surface and open to traffic at this point, but the roadway, E18 is still closed, so, because we're still waiting on the other box to get completed.
Okay.
and I do appreciate your email back to that gentleman that wanted to know about it.
I didn't hear anything back, so.
You
let's
did
answer
good,
this
yeah,
question.
no, you handled that very well.
Yeah, we get a lot of questions on when is it open? You know the routine.
Should be shortly.
Okay. And we won't hold you to that. That's weather permitting. And this is Iowa.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, Paul. Well, I guess explain how, emergency management, we don't get it, we got a lot of time. The other meeting went from 10:15, we got a whole bunch of time.
She
You
says
know,
thanks a
Talk
lot.
that long.
Where are you at with the emergency management as far as, any disaster training and things like that? Because again, as Dave said, we know it's Iowa. Where are we at with, training our people in the county?
Sure.
And how's things going?
It's ongoing, of course, like everything else, training year-round for our responders. We did finish up a CERT class, which is our Community Emergency Response Team. We have 32 on the team, and we added 6 more after our last class, possibly 7. We've got one on vacation that hasn't come back yet. So doing that class, that's grant funded. It's open to any citizen, so we have a pretty good response to that, and then anyone that takes the class can join the team or not, up to them. So that team's been great. Even getting called outside of the county, they're gonna respond to RAGBRAI to help out Hardin County, so So that's nice, it's not, money out of our pocket, it's volunteers that are trained, and, we use other responders from other counties too, which is nice. As far as that mitigation grant, Marty Wymore, of course, is in charge of getting it updated. We did our last, community meeting, so our community meetings are finished at this point, so it's in the hands of Marty and his team. They'll update that, and then hopefully it'll be, sent to FEMA, I think this fall. I think October, November is the time frame. So,
Okay.
so that's why we have that signatory on there.
And just for everybody's, you know, just a reminder, when she's on vacation, I'm number one. So let's cross our fingers that there's no natural disasters.
You get to have the red button.
I get the red button.
I still hold the launch keys.
Me and
It's
the,
a Staples.
me and the
right?
sheriff kinda argue over who's number one. But,
Good luck with that.
thanks, Kim. Anything else? Hearing or seeing none? This next item is our adjournment. The next regular session is July 28, 2015 at 9 a.m. All business to be acted upon at that session shall be submitted to the county auditor and recorder's office or the board of supervisors office by Thursday, July 23, 2015 at 1 p.m. There being no further business to come before the board, we are adjourned at 9:21. Thank you.